Hello dear friends. Welcome back to Tu Diep channel. Where will Tu Diep and Jame's love go? When Trang appears, will Jame's mother let Tu Diep enter her house? How will the story continue? Let's follow this story today. The sun was setting, casting long shadows over the quiet riverside. The air was thick with tension as a small group waited anxiously, eyes fixed on the dusty path. Why aren't they back yet? One of them muttered. Moments later, the sound of hurried footsteps broke the silence. The team had returned, exhausted but safe. Without delay, they wrapped the packages and swiftly loaded them onto the boat. A cool breeze blew in from the river, but it couldn't ease the strain etched on their faces. Suddenly, a stern voice rang out. "Stop! We need to inspect your cargo." The group froze. Seconds stretched into what felt like hours as officials checked the shipment. Finally, a nod of approval. "All clear. You may proceed." The mission was a success. The goods had crossed the border safely. That night, the leader made a call. "Lee, it's done. The shipment is across." A calm voice responded on the other end. "Well done. This success owes a lot to you, Lee." James Lee, known for his quiet professionalism, was more than just a business partner. He was the kind of person others trusted without needing many words. Elsewhere, in a modest house outside the city, James sat down with his mother over a glass of lemon water. He had just returned from an intense investment meeting. Legal and tax tightening in Vietnam was making things more difficult. Still, James remained composed. "Mom, I want to talk to you about something," he began, voice steady. "I want to build a new house for Diep, close to town, yet peaceful. The old family house is too run down now." His mother nodded gently. "If Diep agrees, we'll make it as comfortable as possible for her." James hesitated before continuing, eyes distant. "I've thought about proposing, but she's only 23. She's been through a lot lately. I want to give her time, let her heal first." His mother smiled, a knowing look in her eyes. Love, she knew, required patience, especially when someone carried deep emotional wounds. The next day, James visited Duke, a local farmer, to inspect a piece of land. Duke offered him a slice of golden pineapple, sweet, juicy, freshly harvested from the nearby fields. "This is Matt pineapple," Duke said proudly. "A hybrid from the south. High economic value." They walked the property together, surrounded by trees, blessed with clean water and a quiet atmosphere. It was perfect. "I want to buy the entire hillside," James said. "Not just for a house, but for a small farm. Diep dreams of that kind of life, simple, close to nature." Negotiations began. James was willing to pay extra to keep the fruit trees and even dig further into the land for a better layout. For him, this wasn't just a purchase, it was a future. Later that evening, James stopped by the market. He bought chicken feed, milk, and a few household items. All were for the farm, where Diep was quietly rebuilding her life. Diep herself had only recently returned, visiting an elderly couple who once helped her. She shared how she'd been chased away, wandered through the wilderness, and, by some miracle, had been rescued and brought back to safety, back to James. "I walked for miles, didn't know where I was going," she said, eyes glistening. "But I found James. And now, I'm back at the farm, trying to clean it up again." She declined an invitation to stay for dinner. The farm still needed work, but she brought gifts and gratitude. Sincere, simple, and heartfelt. As she left, the old man called after her, "Come visit again soon, Diep." The sun dipped low. The air was filled with the scent of fruit and soil. Somewhere on the hillside, a young man was preparing a home. Not for himself, but for the girl he loved. For James, love didn't need to be spoken. It was in every action, every effort, every quiet gesture. Because true love isn't declared, it's shown.